Let's find out who's the T102sportsnow.com Fanelli, Evans, and Patel Athlete of the Week. This student-athlete showed their mettle in competition and put up incredible numbers, just like Fanelli, Evans, and Patel. With over 100 years of combined experience, the attorneys at Fanelli, Evans, and Patel provide results you can count on.
Back with another Fanelli, Evans, and Patel, T102sportsnow.com Athlete of the Week. This week's honor going to Tri-Valley Junior Faith Melocheck. Faith, thanks for being here with us today.
Yep.
So, District 11 champion, you're now a state finalist, fresh off a historic win over Linville Christian in the PIAA semifinals. You led the Lady Dawgs with 23 kills in that match. Now that you've slept on it and you've had some time to process it, what's your reaction to being a part of history as the first ever Tri-Valley volleyball team to reach the state championship game?
I mean, it's definitely great. I mean, definitely all glory to God because none of this would be possible without him. And no, I'm definitely very excited. I feel like I'm very, I'm very excited to be able to do this for my school and my family and the Lord. And I mean, it's great. We're all very happy and excited, and we still haven't gone over it yet. So, yeah.
Absolutely, and it certainly wasn't easy for you guys. You had to scratch and claw through those first two sets. You do go up 2-0. You're playing great volleyball. Third set doesn't go your way at all. It's a 25-4 Linville set. What's kind of going through your head in that moment as, you look around, things start to fall apart, but we got to bounce back in this fourth set or else our season's going to be over.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was definitely hard for us. We were losing by a lot, obviously, 25-4. But, we just kept hitting and getting blocked. But, our thing was just, our coach told us to keep hitting the ball and keep trying to get around it. And, I mean, that didn't work for us in the third set, obviously. But in the fourth set, we really, we had a timeout, or the set ended. And we went over and we prayed as a group, and our coach Campbell kind of talked to us and told us that that was all mental game, and we personally lost that because of where our mindset was at, not skill wise. So we bounced back in the fourth set and just won, and we got back and we won. So yeah.
Yeah, honestly, one of the more impressive results that I've ever seen in volleyball in that fourth set. I mean, you guys recompose yourselves on a stage that big with an immense amount of pressure. I think that says a lot about how you guys can respond to pressure. What was working for you personally during that 9-0 run in the fourth set? I think you guys were down by 2, and then you went up by 7 on a 9-0 run. What was kind of working for you there in that kind of that big moment of the set?
Definitely trying to hit the spots on the court, whether it was seeing a spot and you had to tip to it, or if it was seeing a spot in one of the corners in the back that you had to push to, or that you had to try to hit line. I know personally a couple times, I tried to hit line and I didn't see anybody there. And then suddenly, a player comes out of nowhere and gets there and they get an easy setup. But no, I definitely had to, our group as a team, we had to, see those spots and try to get there and hit them, get around the block, and just get ourselves back together. So I thought we were able to do that really well.
Yeah, and we covered last night's match. I want to rewind even further back to kind of what got you here and part of this journey, because we actually awarded you Athlete of the Week before the Linville match. That was just icing on the cake. So when you reflect on this entire playoff run so far, do you feel like this is the best volleyball you've ever played in your life?
Yeah, I definitely do think it is. I was actually thinking about today, I do volleyball all year long, all year round. So I do travel in the winter. And now as our season ends, no matter what, that for high school, this Saturday being the state championship, in the winter, I do training with Russ France out in, Pottsville with the roller roost. So there's a bunch of girls that go out there for eclipse. And that definitely helped us to get stronger, improve my vertical. And we do a lot of work in the regular season here at the high school. Our season starts in April or May, with open gyms, just twice a week at least. And then in the summer, we do trainings with Kami Barr that also helps us a lot improve our vertical and just get stronger. So that definitely helps a lot, and just staying close to the Lord and all of that extra work that we put in.
Yeah, I want to get into your background as an athlete next. You said you do volleyball year round, so I assume you don't play any other sports currently?
Yeah, I don't play any other sports than volleyball.
Okay. When did you kind of find out that you fell in love with volleyball? Did you play any other sports when you were younger growing up, or when did you figure out volleyball was going to be a year-round commitment?
Um, I don't know how old I was or what grade I was in exactly, but my friends Emma Emma Stair and Kira Klinger, which is now our libero. She's they're both my good friends. But anyway, I actually started playing travel volleyball because of them. They've done it like 2 years before I started doing it. So I don't know, maybe it was around like eighth grade was when I managed for this team now. Maybe it was in like sixth or seventh grade that I started doing travel volleyball. So that's how I got into that. And then I just really found out like I really liked it and I liked the sport and how everything like goes about and stuff. So, but before that, I played soccer, which I have to pick between soccer and volleyball here at the high school because they're both fall sports. So I picked volleyball. And I played basketball and softball. And yeah.
Okay. So yeah, an extensive background as an athlete. As we kind of talk about your past, I wanted to ask, Callie. Callie's your sister, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to talk about that relationship too. I mean, that's a teammate and a sister. She's a senior. And I really think a huge part of this run for you guys has been the both of you just balling out there, with the chemistry. So my first question is, where does that athleticism come from in the family?
I would say no offense to my mom, but I think it comes from my dad. Honestly, he's very athletic. He played football and he's really good at wrestling. He was in the state championship for wrestling when he was like maybe like a freshman actually or something like that. But no, my dad is definitely there for me and my sister. Like my mom is there for us mentally. Like if we have a rough game or like something like that, like she's always there to like, pep us back up and like get us back to where we need to be. Like we actually were in a slump a little bit. Our whole team, I'd say, like we made it to the league championship against Panther Valley and we kind of just like got swept there. We didn't really know what to do because we've never played like that before and we didn't know like how to react to it. So it took us like, we were in a little bit of a slump on our semifinal game against Nativity. So, and then we came back and won against Marion in the district championship. But no, my parents both definitely are there for me and my sister. Like, mentally, like I always look forward to coming home after a game and like sitting in the living room and talking to them for like hours about how our game went afterwards. So yeah, that's definitely fun.
Yeah, and I can imagine you two are super competitive. Did you get along growing up, or were you always trying to beat each other up, or how did that go?
No, it's a long story, but no, we do get along very well, but we've also had our like fights every now and then. Like we have horses down in the barn when we were younger and like we would go like, clean out the stalls and we'd get mad at each other and we'd like chase each other with like the manure in our shovels like around the yard. So no, we've definitely had our times where we fight. We definitely still do. But I mean, like if we have a rough morning, like where we're just fighting with each other in the car or like on the way to school or something, like we don't bring that into the game at all. That's something our parents always told us not to do. And we don't think we should do that personally. So we don't bring it to the game and we'll be good then when the game starts. So yeah.
Absolutely. So we touched on your background as an athlete a little bit, the relationship that you have with your sister and with your family and how that motivates you. I want to kind of focus on the future now. Coming up Saturday, one more match, one more chance to share the court with your sister in the same colors, and really one goal in mind is a state championship. Tri-Valley will take on Maplewood for PIAA Gold, 10:30 Saturday morning at Cumberland Valley. Faith, when I think about it, anytime a team from Schuylkill County makes a run like this, really in any sport, it's special. And in volleyball specifically, if you take out the Catholic schools in the league and you just look at the public schools, nobody's ever made it this far from the league. How does it feel to not just be representing Tri-Valley, but knowing you're going to have the support of this entire county and this entire area behind you on Saturday?
I mean, it's definitely great. Like, I was just telling my parents about this, like, yesterday, of like, I'll be nervous before one of these big games, like, to get to the state finals, like, watching the team before us. We usually show up like 2 hours early and watch their game before us, whether it's double A or whatever. And we watch it, and like, as it gets closer and closer to when we play, I start to get a little bit nervous and stuff. So, but then when I walk out into the hallways, I think it was our third round of states. So I walked out into the hallway and I just seen like our whole entire community in the hallway. And it's so like refreshing, like that knowing people care. Like our biology teacher here, Mrs. Fritz, came, and like she has no like relation, like no what, like her daughters don't play. So like it was just nice of her to come and like support us. And also our computer teacher, Mr. Cooper, our chem teacher, like just they don't have any relation to any of the girls playing, but they still decide to show up and like cheer us on. And it's great that our community cares that much about us. So
Absolutely, and that's something you'll always get here in the area. With Maplewood, they're coming in 22-2. They needed 5 sets to win their semifinal. Give me one thing you guys are focused on this week as you get a couple days here to prepare for a state title game.
I mean, we plan on watching film tonight at practice, and then we plan on doing team bonding tomorrow, where we just go to one of our players' house and we watch film, we do Bible studies, we eat a good meal, which is definitely some of our favorite part. Our team loves food, but so yeah, we plan on watching and just, like my dad always told us, or he still is telling us, that like all these, we put in our like skills, and we've been working and getting conditioned and like having team chemistry since April and May, and that work's already put in. So all we need to do now is like, it's a mental part of things. And he just is always telling me and my sister and my team that we just need to keep our heads up. So yeah, that's definitely something we try to focus on during this big game.
Absolutely. Well, we'll have a little fun before we get out of here. We'll do some this or that Skook edition. We'll start it off. Bonfires or block parties?
Bonfires.
Okay. Would you rather swim in a lake or hike in the woods?
Swim in a lake.
Okay, that's hard this time of year to say, but you must have fun in the summer swimming, because not only that's it's hiking season. When you're in the student section for Tri-Valley, would you rather be at a Friday night football game in the fall or a basketball game in the winter?
That's a tough one, but I would say basketball game.
Okay, and then you talked about food. The team loves food, so this is a big one for you. If you want to get a slice of pizza out your way, you going to Prima or Legends?
Definitely Prima.
Okay. That is Faith Melocheck, our T102sportsnow.com athlete of the week, presented by Fanelli, Evans, and Patel. Faith will be in action Saturday morning as the Lady Dawgs try to make history, going for a PIAA state championship in Class A volleyball. Faith, we wish you the best of luck. Seriously, know that all of T102 is behind you, and the rest of the Skook really rooting for you guys to bring it home, and hopefully we'll be able to have a nice parade through Higgins when you do.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Check us out next Wednesday for another T102sportsnow.com Fanelli, Evans, and Patel Athlete of the Week. At Fanelli, Evans, and Patel, get the best when faced with the worst.